Alright. Let's start chipping away at this. Do I have a throwaway bow for this? I do. I should be using that. Did not realize that'd start undoing these ones. little at a time. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There's gotta be something in one of these, right? I mean, not the Zonite ones, but like in one of these rock things. Just cut through the middle. What's above this? Just nothing. What is the point of all of this? I don't get it. Such a strange area. Let's see the rankings. Most of these are blue. Okay. That dude is blocking behind his back. Oh, that was that dude. Yeah. This looks important. I could see this place being important. Wait, how close is this to the other? It's right over here. It's a bit far, but might as well steal all these rockets for my shields. Honestly, rocket's just gonna be way better than bomb. Every single shield has a rocket on it. This is great. Perfect. Any quick way out for me? Aha! Is there a quicker? It's kind of sucky. There we go. Spirit Temple. Excuse me, what? Huh? Hey, Ego. Found some place I had no idea about. I'm doing pretty well today. Also, feeling like my loadout's looking pretty good. Weapons, we're kind of... Weapons, we're still looking pretty decent. I need to repair this. I need to toss this into an Octorok. I need to toss really all my legacy weapons into Octoroks just to strengthen them. Pretty decent stuff. This deals more than 3 damage, just because it shoots a laser. The 3 is a lie. The real thing is what I just got for my loadout. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. A rocket for every shield. That's how you know it's getting real. So... Spirit... Actually, let me... I've got a teleport. I don't have a teleport here. Let me get a teleport here, which I assume is going to be right here where that faded circle is. Stumbled on a temple that I didn't know existed? What is this place? There's something underneath. Homie looks kind of important here. I can't get the teleport. Well, that's unfortunate. I will ask then, since I'm fine with the info of, can I... Let me warp... I won't warp here. I assume you know what this place is. It's got, like... It seems like I'm set to build a robot of some sort. Do I have what I need to be able to do that yet, or do I just need to wait to come back later for that? Because like I was looking at it and I was trying to solve things and nothing was clicking. I felt horribly stupid not being able to do any of this. I'll need to come back later. Perfect. That makes me feel a lot better about my brain capacity. Okay. I assumed as much. It just seemed very important. However, if I can't activate the waypoint here, I'll just make one. Can I collect one of these? We've got the Spirit Temple one. We've got that one. Where's number 3? Up here. We don't need that one. Alright. So then I go over here and keep going this way. Because this is high ground. How's your day going, Ego? Yeah, it seems like they very much do not like people entering main quest stuff before you're meant to, especially paired with when you told me that like you could get to the boss room of the desert temple and not do anything. Is it what is it? Thunder Temple? What is it called? Is it referred to as Lightning Temple? Makes more sense than Thunder. Long day. Rest is always good. I have enough for a single one. Wait, no, never mind. I'm dumb. I can buy this out. I was looking at the wrong number. Alright, before I do another thing there, I might as well buy out the another place. Let's see it. Let's see the cat pick. Starting on June 30th, 2023, servers will have 2 new permissions: create expressions and create events. These permissions will be defaulted on in this server and other servers of less than 50 members unless you choose to opt out. I don't want that stuff default on. Default permissions off. Get out of here, Discord. Cleo looks very comfy on your face. And let's buy a single one of these. You know, I don't blame her. Bagpipes always sound like someone's in distress. my day's going pretty well. I had a nice day at work. Summer has been very relaxing at work. It's kind of just doing monotonous tasks, but our whole team is just like chilling in like a workshop doing the task. And so we're just chilling and like we'll get offhand and we'll just like start talking about something random. Um, or we have a good time. We have a lot of good laughs. Makes the time go by pretty well. One of them mentioned we're expecting to get a pretty decent raise, and then I mean the I didn't I think I've mentioned it to some of them, but like even with this raise, it's still not going to be as much as what I was initially offered for the job. That I still haven't, you know, I lost the fight on actually getting what I was offered because they were like, "Oh no, that was just an oopsie. Our bad. You're still not getting. We know we messed up. However, we're not gonna fix it." Was basically what I was told. But that was a fight I dealt with back when I started the job, and since then I've just been like, all right, it's not worth trying to fight against this HR because uh, I'm not getting anywhere. And I have heard from other coworkers that HR is quite difficult at times. So it seems like it's just kind of par for the course with most companies, which kind of sucks. You know, the one representative that's supposed to be on your side, right? Yeah, I guess they explained it as like, oh, we might have been like throwing around those numbers at one point, but we never settled on them. And they're like, so we, the us higher ups, don't know where your boss got those numbers. After saying we might have been throwing those numbers around, and then it's like, but we can guarantee you that those numbers don't actually exist. But to see that to be fair, part of the race is also just because when you make minimum wage, and I believe like in a few months minimum wage for our state goes up, so like they need to increase our wages anyway, but they're going a bit higher. They're going more than just the minimum, which is nice, and then they're like, oh yeah, after 6 months it'll go up again, which is also nice. Could be more, but it'll be a more comfortable living situation, which I'll be happy with. Won't feel as bad looking at how many people I'm sub to on Twitch and being like, do I need to start cutting back? I think I'll be in a better situation. For being with Chipotle for a quarter, nice. This'll end up being about guess what, I started beginning of March, so I'll have I just completed 3 months with this new team. So far, the only complaint is really just HR. Which overall I'd say that's pretty good. If that's the only complaint. am I getting up this thing? Maybe not from the center. 10, 15 cents an hour. Uh, Not the greatest, but if they're giving stuff out per quarter, uh, I'd imagine, hopefully, it builds up eventually. Thank you for the good RNG. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, that is good. That like experience is actually worth something, in in the ladder of things. Performance-based stuff is nice in concept, in my opinion. Uh, like the idea is great, but also that means you also need uh, methods to show that you're performing, and sometimes you're doing things that just don't have receipts tied to them, or no one sees. And it's like, okay, well, if you're putting in that kind of work, it disincentivizes that kind of work that isn't seen, because you're not getting rewarded for it when you could be rewarded for something else. They lose their soul. Wait, does that mean there's more pose by statues? Hold on. Huge statues have been discovered throughout the depths, and I do mean huge. I've never seen any this big. Been... Oh, they're talking about the bargainers. Okay. So Hebra and Gerudo. Hebra's up here, right? We've got the Hebra bargainer. Cliff bargainer is what that one's called. I'd say that's counted as Hebra region, and Gerudo region. We actually don't have a bargainer for the Gerudo region. Maybe it's up here. Normally I'd be able to pick them out on the map, because, like, take this bargainer, for instance. Like, you can definitely tell this is, like, something. Even this one. What's this one? This one's less... I think this one's, like, covered in... Like, it's, like, half covered. This one's also standing up. Like, you can tell it's a thing. Performance reviews based on the general manager's opinion. That question is in, like, if they're having to worry about all of that stuff, how do they have time to also do their thing, sort of deal? I imagine it's down here. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing where for jobs in the food industry and stuff like that. It seems like the people running the locations have way too many hats. Like, they definitely need more help. I think that's every like smaller area that service industry sort of things. Uh, Way too much is pushed onto the higher level people, which makes them having to be pushy onto the smaller people, which makes them probably more disliked, which is probably why no one wants to keep those jobs as often. Like, it all stems from just having too much. Where would I put a bargainer? Like, I would personally put the bargainer up here. And I don't know what's up here. But it could be underneath. If this is so high up, it could be something underneath here. Let's do that. Let me put a people symbol there. Let me find a... Oh, I should actually clear this Yiga clan thing. Who am I facing? Is it an aerial guy or... Not aerial? Ground support? Assistant manager got demoted to a shift leader because our location wasn't making enough to keep her position. That's so weird. Like, why... What does the title matter at that point? Like, what does the title do if it doesn't change anything? That's so dumb. That's one of the things where it's like, why this exists for literally no reason. Can I? There we go. Lift off glider. I've used one of these. I've done that before, except mine had a fan on the back. She'll move on. Assistant manager will be the GM. See, like, I don't see a problem with her still making the same amount. Or, was it she? Yeah. My thought is more just like, why change the title if that literally changes nothing other than words under your name? Imagine if someone came around and was like, okay, actually, PhD has to be something different. It'll mean the same exact thing. It'll just like same PhD P or something, like add another letter. It's like it doesn't change anything. It's just changing it to change it. Like, what would that serve? That's probably a bad example. Yeah, it's like, is that supposed to demotivate them and cause them to leave, and then you don't have to pay someone that much? Because then you can promote someone to that level, but then pay them less, probably. Like, what purpose does it serve? What do we have? We got a wing. We got a steering stick. Do we have fans? We don't. We have we do have fans. Never mind. Hold up. Hold up. This thing. Pull out the machine. Just go straight up. I don't know how high this thing is. because I can't see it, even though it should be like right here. It's around a wall, isn't it? It is. And this is another area. You know what I mean. Another thing I can buy things at. Which means is this gonna be a Yiga fight? The Metamobile, you know it. Unfortunately, I made it a bit more mainstream. However, it's still different because apparently the mainstream one is some like horrible abomination version of this where both of the wheels are slanted forwards. It goes faster, but it's like I don't know, it's ugly. It doesn't stand up right as well. It's ugly. Um, you have to hold back to go up when going up is a very important thing in this game. Did I mention it's uglier? I don't know. I think my version is better. My version is styling. I agree. Oh, I got rid of all my zonite. I actually have nothing. Um, one Yiga Clan person, Freezy. What is Freezy? Hold on. What's this person talking about? What to use? What to use? A trap that'll take me down. All right, hear me out. Right? Open field. I know this guy like the back of my hand. Open field. Put some bananas there. This guy loves bananas. You'll get him. You'll even this girl Zelda's missing. You'll even find her. She'll come out of the shadows to grab those bananas. I can guarantee it. It's nice. It's nice having people like not just who have been with the company for a longer time, but people who have been at your specific location because it's different. Like you can't just compare time with the company to time at a location. You know, your general knowledge can only go so far compared to someone who knows the specifics of that place. Even just knowing some regular customers. I'd imagine Chipotle has regulars. No doubt people like their burritos. Hard time making the hoverboard straight. Hover bike. Yeah, I spent probably about 20 minutes getting it like perfect, and then I immediately favorited it, so I don't need to worry about that again. Oh, I'm glad that didn't activate the rocket. Oh, that did. I wanted to test it. Going to be a blade master. Someday it'll come true. Alright, this being like, hey, you too can become a Blade Master. I'm already one, though. I don't need to worry. Dude, they've actually got, like, all the cool traps in this area. Alright, my bike despawned. That's great. Well, that means I can teleport to here and try and find a Bargainer statue in the desert. Pose like a Dark Souls thing where it's powerful souls or just many souls. The pose are just it's just like a separate currency. So I can, if I go to one of the statues I'm trying to find, if I go to one of these statue guys, they deal in currency of pose. That's all it is. Which is kind of unfortunate. I would have loved to see the Twilight Princess variant of pose. If you look up what a Poe is in Twilight Princess, if that was a nighttime enemy in this game, that'd be sick. They were like the glowy part was like a blue flame in a lantern, and when you had to use like your wolf sight in that game, you had to be wolf link to take down pose. You'd use your sight and it's like this just floating ghost with a scythe carrying a lantern around. It was super cool. And they made some like creepy noises. Definitely my favorite. I mean, Twilight Princess is my favorite Zelda. But definitely my favorite Poe design out of the games. Alright, so I need to get up there. Gotta be Majora's Mask. I can respect it. So I didn't grow up with the Majora's Mask. My first playthrough of it was in high school when someone let me borrow their 3DS, their 3D version of the game. And I enjoyed it. I liked it. Obviously it's not like the classic version. There were some changes that for the most part were quality of life from what I understand. Would I play any of the other older Zelda games again on stream? It's possible. Zelda 1, no. Probably wouldn't play that unless there was like a speedrun redemption, and even then, I don't know. Zelda 2, from what I understand, there is a PC version that someone made of like with a bunch of just modifications that add quality of life features. And I'm kind of interested in that because the first time I played Zelda 2 was was in geometry class. To be fair, I learned geometry in 8th grade, so I didn't really need to pay attention in my high school geometry class. Also, the teacher was bad. So I had my reasons. But I played it in geometry class and used save states. And not that save states are bad. I do not regret playing it with save states because I don't think I would have beaten it if I didn't. But I am better at video games now. A lot better. And I think having quality of life changes in that game are very good and would probably make the experience a lot more enjoyable for me. Yeah, yeah. NES for Zelda 1 and 2. Link to the Past was the first on SNES. Um, Link to the Past, if I played it on stream, it'd probably be a randomizer. Uh, I haven't actually done a Link to the Past Super Metroid, uh, usually called SMZ3 randomizer, which does seem kind of neat since I've done a randomizer of both of them separately. Let's see, moving up from Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, I did randomizer. If I do more on stream, it's probably going to be randomizer. Actually, that's a lie. One of the speedrun redemptions is for an Ocarina of Time run. For defeat Ganon, no SRM, no stale reference manipulation, which is basically just like getting items through means that aren't the regular situation, I think. Or does that run? No, actually, I think that run gets Din's Fire in some weird way. I can't remember what. Basically, you can't use. I know for a fact you can't use arbitrary code execution and all that wild stuff of like inputting code through different positions and like despawning rocks and stuff. None of that stuff. Basically, the classic any percent of the game. Majora's Mask, like I was saying, I don't have as much connection to it, so it's lower on my list of Zelda games because of that. I just didn't connect with it well. Uh, Probably didn't give it the time of day it deserved, but with how many games I'd like to play, it's just not high on my list of replaying. Can you do challenge runs instead of speed runs? Absolutely. Yes. Um, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because one of the challenges right now is Mortal Shell without using any of the shell abilities, which is basically like the main mechanic of the game from what I understand. I'm like, yeah, I could probably do that. Ego, you swapped your Ori and the Blind Forest one. The Wizard of Legend one is still up because that was the one Yurt redeemed and asked what you wanted for it. Which honestly, that's probably the hardest challenge on the list. Like I'm kind of worried about it just because it's a Hades fresh file styled thing, and I think that's gonna take the most time. Let me pull up the list actually. Let me see. Should just be under the stream in my about section. Challenges, to-do list. Sonic Adventure 2. I need to do like 2 more runs of Sonic Adventure 2 and I'll have what I need. I need to look at strats. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, any percent, that should be pretty easy. That's like a NES, like a retro Castlevania styled. Wizard of Legend, fresh percent, that's gonna be rough. I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be hard. Solar Ash, any percent, that should be pretty simple. I've seen the game, I've seen how it plays. It'll be an enjoyable game. The one thing that'll make Wizard of Legend less rough is that I've played the game and speedran it a bit, like casual speedruns. But that was also like original patch, so there's a lot in the game now that is different. Super Mario World credits warp. That should be easy. That's mostly just learning it will be the hard part, and it's like a 30-second category? SMW credits warp. 45 seconds. Yeah. So that one's more like a fun one. Mortal Shell no shell run. That's the only challenge run, I think. Sort of. That's the only challenge run for now. Geometry Dash, beat Deadlocked, which will be my second Extreme Demon, or I think Extreme. No, it's like my second Demon. It's not Extreme Demon. And then the Ocarina of Time one, and then Nerdy Dad, I believe, has the points for Dark Souls, but beat it while playing on the DK bongos. Have I done a Hades fresh run before? I've not. I never completed it. I tried. Up to. I got halfway through Elysium. So I think I fought the mid boss and then died a couple rooms later. Which is really good. That's what, biome 3 of 4? Uh, I was pretty proud of that. Oh, that sucks. Um, I I would have needed to put in quite a bit of time to beat a fresh file because it was hard for me getting um out of Asphodel. I think Asphodel was what I was getting stuck on. And the rare times I made it to Elysium, I just didn't have the practice against the enemies. Hades, I don't have much. First of all, sticks would be painful for me if I didn't have a good build. And the Hades fight, I have like very small experience with it with one dash. And that is not... That is a fight where I've seen Vareem do a lot of practice on that fight. And it still looks hard to me. Wizard of Legend getting a sequel, you think? Really? Wizard of Legend 2, is this a thing? Has a Steam page? Is this actually Wizard of Legend? Developer Contingent 99. Wizard of Legend 2 developer Dead Mage. So it's a different development team? The only... which is weird to me. However, it's... it's published by Humble Games, which is what the first game was published under. It does seem to be... So it'll be 3D. I will say I prefer the look of the first game. However, I'd imagine the change in art style is probably going to make it a lot easier. Because doing pixel is probably just more time consuming and switching to a 3D workload could be better. All right, so I was wrong. The thing is not up at the top of the vines. Is that the bottom? Should be neat though. Yeah, it still looks cool. I'd imagine they'll. The weird thing to me is it's a different dev team, unless they're just going under a different name, which could be. That's the only thing that worries me about it. Best you did was Hydra. Honestly, you're up to Hydra and Fresh File is still really good. Like that's still impressive to me. It's not an easy challenge. So what is here? What is it? Oh, this is just like a chasm above us. That's why this is special. Is just because it's a chasm. So there's probably nothing of worth. Well, this is so high up. Oh, because the chasm is so low. Duh. Still hoping to find the bargainer underneath here. Alright. So where else would I think a bargainer would be in the Gerudo region? It could be in the Highlands. Just part of what I'm thinking. What was here? Is that Yiga clan? I think that's Yiga clan. Looks Yiga clan. What is over here? OG devs are providing guidance to the new ones. Okay. So were the original developers, was it their game idea or was it a humble did like the only situation I can think of is like Humble Games came to them with the idea and they developed it. But I don't think that's how I don't think Humble makes games in that sense. They're just a publisher. So them coming I don't think I've heard of a situation where a publisher goes to a dev team, a small dev team like that, and is like, hey, here's an idea we have. Right? That seems kind of weird. Alright, it's not that. It's not this. So it seems like a weird situation, but hopefully it's not weird. And it's actually just like the devs didn't want to make a sequel, and some other devs were like, hey, we've actually got ideas for a sequel. Would you mind having us work on a sequel to your game? And, they decided not to be like Nintendo, and they're like, no, we won't cease and desist you. Go ahead. We'll even help if you need it. Hmm. Yeah, I've got no idea on this thing. on where it would be. Though they said no, they said like the Yiga clan thing didn't mention anything specific about it. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the most likely. Hmm. There's another one up here. Whoever made cheese crackers was a genius. I agree, however. So, I prefer regular crackers with cheese in between rather than cheese flavored crackers. Not that there's anything wrong with cheese flavored crackers, but there's something about the taste of the most likely artificial, very artificial cheese between two regular crackers that just hits. And I don't know why. However, if you swap that cheese out for peanut butter, it's just you can't go wrong with peanut butter. I have so much every single day I will most likely have a peanut butter sandwich or peanut butter crackers for lunch. Sometimes both. Because peanut butter is just good. And now that I kind of have to watch what I eat to make sure it's not too like strong of a food that I need to bite into, a peanut butter sandwich just got even better. Like it's even more important for me to have my peanut butter sandwich. White cheddar cheese to cheese cracker sandwiches. I can understand it. We just got Cap of the Sky, so we got the Skyward Sword gear in this. Interesting. I'm still in my Yugi clan get up. Hold up. Let's put that on. Wait, this was the... Oh wait, are we always... Oh, we do always have the ear piercing. Wait. Cap of the Wind does not. Wind Waker did not. He was a kid. He did not have the ear piercing. Link's Awakening did not have the ear piercing. Classic Link had an ear piercing? I guess that's... You know, did they have a pixel for his earring? Probably not. This is probably a stretch. You know, I'm not sure I'm pretty positive. Classic NES Link had an ear piercing. However, considering it's like the same generational character, as you move through the games, you know the design of the character, and you can be like, yeah, this was meant to be like, obviously we couldn't put just a dedicated pixel for his earring. Twilight Princess Link absolutely had an earring. I actually don't remember Skyward Sword Link having an earring. Ocarina of Time, I believe Adult Link did have an earring, so I'd expect to see that. Let me save. Eating white cheddar crackers right now. You think Skyward Sword did? Okay. I wasn't sure, because I know he would, you know, being the schoolboy Zelda, I wasn't sure if that was a design they went with for him. what does Majora's Mask do? Supposedly, certain enemies won't notice me. Wearing it makes it harder for certain enemies to spot you. I don't really know what that means. I don't know which enemies. I haven't noticed any difference. Let's head to this one up here. I see rockets. I see wheel or those things, fans. That's what they're called. Let's go ahead and do our classic. Yep, my whole history is gonna be those. Great. All right. Drop that there. Plop those on that. I need to go slightly up, right? Oh, this way. Oh, that's not the wrong. That's not the right. Well, this sucks. Hopefully this works. Hopefully the rockets are still there. They aren't. Well, that is very unfortunate that I did the wrong order of operations. And that's why you pay attention in math class. All right. Guess we're climbing. We'd be there by now. That's how fast those rockets would have been. I could probably sideways run up this. Make our way over. There's probably nothing more that way. I think this is going to be the furthest along this side. That first jump was supposed to hit the wall. I misjudged the distance. It's so crazy how, like, it is nearly pitch black down here. And you can still kind of, like, sense where the walls are just by almost, I don't know what it is, like the thickness of the mist. I think that you can just tell. This looks important. That's just a build area. Maybe this is important too. Looks kind of similar. Let's try and get there. Let's go to the red one. Oh, wrong thing. Let's see what's over here. It's probably nothing. There's probably nothing over here. Mini Froxes. That's better than nothing. Already a win. Oh my gosh, he actually didn't see me. I think he still doesn't know I exist. Don't hit me. He has to somehow run past him while collecting everything. That's incredible, actually. Majora's Mask may be OP. Okay, that guy definitely saw me. But he's not gonna do anything. Really? That's impressive. Let me use this one. Majora's Mask OP. Oh nope, never mind. Hold on. He's calling his friends. But are they calling it on me or on Riju? I think he's calling it on Riju. I don't think they care about me. Let me climb up here. Do they care? Alright, the likes definitely care. Like, they know it's me. Okay, no. Okay, everyone knows it's me now. I thought he just, like, misplaced his horn or something. Alright, it's just 3 trees back here. So that's nothing. That is crazy. That actually makes running around the depths probably a lot easier. Hopefully it's not just Bokoblins. Hopefully Moblins as well. And hopefully Lizalfoses. Those are the ones that are usually in those camps. Because I need quite a bit of Zonite. Actually, let's see. How many are we at? 483, so let's round that to 500. Zonite's in here. I don't have enough to do anything meaningful. So 500 and batteries. We need... why am I blanking? I need 1,500. So I'm a third of the way to what I need left. Which means I'm like nowhere close. Because it takes... I'm out of my bonus zonite deposits. So it's going to take quite a bit to get that back. And that area is just way too out of the way for only going to that camp. Mining area, however, this could be an armor piece. Along with just, like, a ton of Zonite. Riju. Hello. Oh, why'd you do that? Where'd you go? Get back here. Just need one more. What? How is she already charged? How'd she do that? Why'd she have 2? Because that definitely did not have the full time limit. I find an exploit by accident? A glitch, mayhaps? In this perfectly coded game? Is that the mechanics of this game? I feel like this is a thing with games, is like the more... Oh, it's not armor. The more... I'm trying to think of the right word. What's the word when you, like... Why can't I think of the word? What's the word when you, like, create something that hasn't been created before? Like a new mechanic or something that just hasn't existed. Why can't I think of what the word is? It's like always used in gaming. I can't even think of like the first letter. Groundbreaking? Yeah, that would work. I think I'm thinking of a different word, but that like meaning the same thing. Yeah, if you have like a groundbreaking mechanic that hasn't been seen, and you like put it into a situation where it's almost like a sandbox for the mechanic, there's so much that you can, especially with how free range Ultra Hand and Ascend, like it's so free range on the mechanics that there's no way it was going to be bug free. Like there's just too many possibilities, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Obviously, if you're using it to like dupe items, I think it's good to patch that out. I think there's a limit to something where if casual players are accidentally stumbling upon something like that, it should probably be fixed. Now, if there's some like really obtuse way of duping that no casual player would ever find, and it honestly, for the majority of people, it's not worth the time doing, I think that's completely fine leaving in. I'm going this way, right? Apparently there's nothing. Oh, no, that is the right way. Let's do that. Please don't be a tree. Well. It's always the tree. Maybe I can do this. I don't know if it'll... Oh, it will. Okay. I wasn't sure if it would. Alright, and this model has enough lift to go up by itself. I just can't see anything, which is a bit unfortunate. Another mining facility down there. Let's get this... Let's hopefully get this light route. The great thing about having the triple fan in the back like this is when you stand in the middle, you are actually like perfectly balanced on this thing. Look at how steady this flies when you stand in the middle. Like this is just a really, it uses a lot of fans, but I think you need 3 fans to actually be able to rise with a wing. There's something I need to turn. Okay, I think we dodged it. We're good. We're good. Keep turning. Keep turning. Start to descend. Oh, look at this land. This is going to be such a smooth landing. Oh. No turbulence at all. That is amazing. I did see a video earlier today about despawn ranges and how if you add so like apparently dragon parts. Ooh, hold up. Hold that thought. Speaking of dragon parts. Let's get a this is uh Tinge Fire for Wind. This is Nadra. Oh yeah, I always I do multiple batteries. So that's Light Dragon, Ferosh. Let me sort by fuse, actually by type. That'd probably order them properly. What do I need from you? Okay, horns. Let's see, we've got Ferosh horns, we've got Light Dragon horns. I don't have a horn from this one. I don't have a Talon or Scale. Do I have anything from this one? I think I only have had Claw because I needed it for the, well, that's going to be a Scale, isn't it? That kind of sucks. Send it this way, thank you. Yeah, that's a Scale. That's fine. Let me switch. Actually, I'll leave this shield on for now. I always, so the way I remember which one is which is thinking of Ocarina of Time, because Din's Fire is red, Furor's Wind is green, and Nehru's Love is blue. And so that's how I remember which dragon is which. But dragon pieces last in the world a lot longer. Or from like further away without despawning. And so what you can do is like whatever you create, if you merge a dragon item to it, it won't despawn until you're like super far away. So it's a good way to get stuff to not despawn. Where was... Oh, it was that way. Only absorb them through Game Grumps? Yeah, you're not getting any lore then. And the good thing about merging a dragon part to something is then you can have all the parts and it only takes 3 Zonite to then recreate that dragon part, and even the recreated dragon part gives you that range, because so like the whole creation takes the despawn radius of the highest item's despawn radius of the build. So that's just like a method to make sure your creation doesn't despawn. Thought that was pretty neat. So the lore of the other games all stems from Skyward Sword. And then this game just kind of, like, Skyward Sword and, like, Link to the Past was a pretty lore-heavy game, from what I understand. Ocarina of Time splits the timelines. Pretty lore-heavy. This game, seemingly, I don't have the complete story, This game seemingly just throws everything out the window. But I think, from what I understand of how Breath of the Wild was, the idea behind where it fits on the timeline is that it's so far into the future that the people of the world don't know what is like just myth and what is real from like all those past games. Which also means we don't know which of those games is actually real and which is just made up story. I think that's how they explain it, but maybe not. You never know. I don't think Zelda has I don't think Nintendo has known the timeline for Zelda like concretely ever. So them trying to piece it together is probably the same as us trying to piece it together. And they'll just take whoever's theory works best. Yeah. So these games seemingly take place so far into the future, like thousands of years, to the point where the other games are all jumbled together in myth. And the problem with that is when you throw in pretty much all the plot things from both of these games, that being both the Zonai and the Sheikah, the ancient Sheikah of Breath of the Wild, creating the shrines. All of that, right? Both of those races existed like thousands of years ago, back when these legends would have existed. So it's like, okay, did those exist first? Did they exist at the same time? Are all the other games fake? They probably want us to not ask these questions. This is kind of neat. This climbs up like right next to a chasm. It's like the closest you have to ground getting towards the actual chasm. And then it's a thing of like, okay, so according to the previous games, you have the three goddesses that like created the world. However, the three goddesses are in the form of dragons in this. Obviously, those could just be named after them. You know, it doesn't have to be them. So, do we know? Not quite. It could be the goddesses. Maybe it's not. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh, I didn't get the last hit of the combo. That sucks. Oh, how did that not hit me? No, 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 no. Oh, that sucks. Come on. Come on. Just a little further. Is it in range? Wait, did she stop? Oh no, she stopped. Where is she? Why'd you stop? Get back here. There we go. Dang, if I didn't get rid of... If I didn't get rid of the stick. Do I have anything that would benefit from having this on it? This would benefit from having that on it, right? 24. A 3 is 32. I'd imagine a flux construct 2 is at least on par with a 24. So let's see. A 20. Okay, but that ends up... So that is end up worse. That's alright. Not losing sleep over my weakest weapon being slightly weaker. Oh, yeah, let's order those by this again. Probably best just to warp back here for that. I should have stayed on that longer. That's alright, it won't matter. We're on ground. We're not on ground? We are on ground. A bargainer! We've found another. I could probably jump to it from here. It's on the other side. There it is. Water up here too. Wellspring of Wisdom. What you got for me? What do we have? Tunic of Memories. If you desire, you must make a suitable offering. It's a whole new set. Oh, wait. So is this the classic? This is the Breath of the Wild Champions tunic. Which makes me think this one will... I assume it's just right next to it. Yeah. This one will let me see health bars. Might as well see if it has that effect. Let's see what's in this mine area. Laneru Canyon Mine. What do we have besides Zonai Core? Charge. Let me grab these random weapons just in case I need things with if I get like another like flux construct thing and I don't have a weapon to merge it to. Time to work our way back up. Though it'd be easier to just warp up. Let's go this way. Here we go. We finally get to see, does Does the old champion's tunic let you see health bars? Oh wait, or not health bars, the damage number. Does not seem to be the case. This'll kill my bow. Yep. Ooh, what a whiff. Dang, that kind of sucks, dude. Unfortunate. Alright, how many hits? 4? 1, 2... Why did it not Flurry Rush? I definitely clicked the button for the Flurry Rush. 2, 3... Yeah, it would have been 4 hits anyway, but... I don't see any shrines. I don't have any either that, like, would help me know where to go. Kinda sucks. Oh. Did not mean to go into critical with that. Thankfully, I can just, like, eat things to get out. Ow! I love this attack. Who? That was the archer. Good morning, cat. How are you? Let's see. Let's open that stream. Yeah, that'll be a good stream to watch. I've got 2 Paper Mario streams open now. Cold. Yeah. Winter time. Ooh. Well, the good thing is that the meeting is done, I think. Riju! Ooh, is he calling them all over? Ow! I thought I had my shield out. Get rid of this archer. With a headshot, preferably. Oh, just barely dodged that. Alright, and here's what we're gonna do with this guy. We're gonna plop one of these down right there. And then we're gonna pull this weapon out. That. And then we're gonna do that. And then, do I have time for the third? I do? Perfect. Can I get another on him? I can't. It knocks me out of the animation. Kicked off more work. Ah. I know how that goes. Hopefully you've got a chance to be warm. Alright, let's try this again. I think I play it by that same strategy. Except this time without this guy. And I don't see the baby frogs. Let's light the place up a bit so we can see. Alright, now let's throw down the puffer. Perfect. We've got the weapon out. Sneak strike that guy. Sneak strike that guy. Can't get that one. Let's just get the second one on this guy then. Maybe we can get around the pole. Nah, it's a weaker one that's left, so that's fine. Does he see me? Oh, he's an archer. Shoot, I don't want to do that. No, I said I didn't want to do that. All right, well, that was a waste. Ooh, Royal Broadsword, that's pretty decent. Let's grab that. Okay, this was what I wanted to do. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, nice. Sounds like you're in a good situation for the day then. Traveler's Claymore. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any bonus to Traveler weapon, so I'm not going to bother picking it up. But it's a Claymore, so that's pretty cool. It's always nice to see those around. That is a Stone Talus. Luminous. I thought I had a picture of one of those. I guess not. What do we have? We've got Rocket Ship here. Okay. I'll do that after this guy. I probably should have just rocketed myself over. Alright. Ooh, it's a backstone. Okay, so this weapon actually will be really useful for this. I don't know why my shield wasn't out, and I don't know why Link won't get up. That's great. just said that. That wasn't... Why does him putting his left hand into the ground and him throwing his right hand both start with the same animation? That's what always confuses me. Because I'll one cycle... I'm pretty positive I'll be able to, like, one cycle him. If I can get an attack off. It's probably too early. Why did the crumbs of that deal the same amount of damage as if I got directly hit? Alright, this is perfect. Did she really get hit by that? Where is she? This is just fantastic. She just doesn't exist. Riju, where are you? Can we try and climb a wall? What is she doing over there? Nope, can't get behind him now. Because you waited too long. Alright, go, 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 go. There we go. Alright. Yep, okay. I knew I just needed the hit, and I probably had the damage with this weapon to one cycle. Alright, and this is why I picked up random weapons. So I can toss this on one. Yeah. Alright, there's a shrine. Not a shrine. Nope. Wait, is that? Or is that Yiga clan? No, that one's already discovered. I need to be looking the other way. I need to be looking this way. Maybe going up? Wait, where's the end of the... See, there's not much here. Before it's just wall. Let me try and figure the best direction to go. Let's build our thing first. Alright. Now. We can only go this far. All of that is higher than me. However, it all builds up to a wall. So I think I go this direction. Go to red. So there. Maybe a little straight into that way. That should be perfect. You might be saying, isn't that where you just came from? I'm wondering the same thing. I'm pretty sure I just came from there. It looks bright over there, so I don't know why this is the direction I need to go. Alright. Is this not where I just came from? This is. But I guess I need to, like, loop around. Yeah, because I have a thing right there. The main thing is, I don't know what's going to uncover that, but I'll be looking this way, I guess, while I launch up. In hopes of seeing anything, and I don't. I don't see anything that would tell me there's something there for me, so... No, 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 no. Okay. That's close. Oh, but there's something there. Woo! Oh, wow. That was close. Alright, what is all the way up there? There's a tree, I think. Keep going up. It's hard going this high up. Just try and make sense of where I'm at. There's where that ended up. Okay. Let's shoot some this way. That won't hit. Yeah, it's gonna... That actually hit a pretty good spot for trying to light up the wall. That one sucked. Going around the corner. Under 300 arrows. That's kind of crazy. Still not seeing like a deep route this way. Strange. Let's go around this direction, I guess. There's my next one, I assume, unless there's one further around this. Not looking like it. Nadra coming through again. See if I can get close enough to get the air current. What? That's stupid. This should be good. Oh, that's still in freezing cold, unfortunately. Oh, Oh, that okay. That refilled my stamina, so that's good. Oh my gosh, why? Alright, I gotta put on some gloom pants. Get out! Alright. We're good. We're safe. Ooh. There we go. Can get rid of this. Don't know if I'm making it up. Alright, we made it. Oh, there just had to be enemies at the top, too. I swear if they throw a rock and just, like, one-shot me now, I'm actually gonna save because I'm worried about that happening. Just, like, nail me in the back of the head with a rock and take out the rest of my health. I don't think I've really explored this region as far as, like, shrine hunting. This is, like, partially blind as far as knowing. With, like, trying to use the map to cheat on locations. Flux constructs down there. Excuse me? Let me put that climbing shirt on real quick. seeing how close that is, I definitely would not have made it if I didn't put the climbing shirt on. Ooh, what do we have down there? Got a little mining area. Narrowing in, we looped around what had to have been something. Well, we've got that. We've got this one. Did I ever explore this side? I don't think I did. I haven't been there. But I also haven't been here. I need to go to that. So let's do that. Let's mark there. I'm thinking that uncovers all of this. Those will be easy to see. Haven't been back to Kakariko in a bit. So let's go. It's about the same height level as this, so let's go here. Going towards red. Let me heal. And clothes. What kind of clothes we putting on? Let's do soldier chest piece. I need sort by body part. What do we want the helmet to be? Let's go to the chic helmet. Soldier really what we want paired with that. How's chic looking? Eh. Let's stick with that. Well, pants go with that. Pretty much everything. Probably this. I think the darker tone of it kind of matches the silver of the armor a bit better. Can I become gloom proof? So I can... Let me... Where is it? It's up here, right? This. So I can get gloom resistance. This set gives me basically like 2 hearts of... Is one eye covered? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the hood goes over one of the eyes. So this basically gives me 3 hearts worth of protection from gloom without taking damage. Which is actually quite a bit of time. All that time in gloom without taking any effect. That's the closest to what I have for like full-on gloom proof. However, some armor sets, if you upgrade every piece to level 2, will get a special set bonus, and that might exist, like just full-on gloomproof. I'm not sure, so don't take my word for it. But I could see that existing. Not every set has an extra set bonus. However, set bonuses do exist at level 2. Combat gloom protection doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, like, because those recover too. Like, it doesn't just stay gloomed. So I think that's still worth it. Especially if you're just running. Yeah, I've got all of them open, and I've got one piece to, like, level 3. Just because I wanted to, like, get something upgraded. Since usually that's where the real grind is material grinding for actually being able to get the upgrades. Unfortunately, you can't just buy the upgrades like you can compendium things. I'm already up to 245 on these. That's pretty good. The hero sets upgrade mats are pretty easy. That's what yeah, someone had told me it's just like 2 of every dragon piece. Can you ride on the regular dragons? Do you not take damage from those anymore? Because, like, you couldn't touch those in Breath of the Wild from what I remember. So I just instinctively don't touch them. Oh. I don't even know what was spoiled to me. So that's good. Like, it's good. I don't even recognize a spoiler. Oh, so, yeah, so no, I know about that one. I know about riding on that one. But I still, like, assume I'd not be able to ride the others? Second dungeon boss. Yeah. I don't know how people do low stamina. Having max stamina is just so nice. Why am I walking out? I'm not even... Where am I going? I'm going up here. I wanna do that one. So let me jump from the tower. Yes, but also I'm stubborn and don't want to use my Zonai stuff as much. Like, I like I like building the Zonai stuff. However, I don't want to have to get more mats, and I want to, like, use what I have sparingly. Alright, definitely going flying set here. But that's just me being uh, stubborn about it. Because I've definitely got, like, the battery usage to where that'd be no problem at all. Should not have ridden that load down. I've killed this one already, so I'm not going to bother going after it. Mr. Handy Hands. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what you're referring to, but I just haven't seen that in a while. Okay, Why was I just going in a straight line? Yeah, and their lasers go pretty far. Honestly, Hearts seems like a good play still in this game. Because everything deals a lot of damage. Like, I do not blame people going for Hearts in this. As someone who gets 1 to 2 shot by pretty much everything, I would suggest Hearts. Do what I say, not what I do. I'm doing low health, so you don't have to. I did think about what a no HUD playthrough of this would seem like, since you can go with like the pro HUD, which pretty much takes everything off your screen. I think your health shows when you're fighting. And I was thinking, okay, so what can I do to like further reduce HUD out of that? And I'm like, okay, so no opening any of these menus. That'd be pretty tough, right? No opening those. This is HUD, which sucks. I'd probably just be like, okay, I need to stick to one of these. And I'd probably stick to Fuse. I think of the things for a playthrough, I think Fuse would be the most useful for like a challenge run. Actually, would it? I think it would, because you kind of need Fuse for like high damage. Ultra Hand would be good because you'd kind of want Ultra Hand for shrines, which would be good for like, you know, the other side of like helping reduce the challenge part. But then you're also relying on just strong weapons that you have to find in the wild. And then recall is good for traversal, but that also requires like everything already being in place, which isn't going to happen. And you'd need Ultra Hand to place things in there. So recall as good as it is, probably wouldn't be the play either. Can I make that? I can. So I think Fuse would be the best play for a no menu challenge. And then obviously you wouldn't be able to like cook food. You can't open this menu. So even if when you get food, that wouldn't be useful. If without Ultra Hand, you can't do any of like the Addison quest stuff. So you can't even like get food that way. Wait, what's it matter? You can't open the menu. You can't like make food or eat it. Trying to think of what other parts would go along with like a no HUD. Activating this just opened a map. We can't do that. We can't. Pretty much not going in the depths. Pretty much not doing any towers. I'd imagine it'd be like an any percent. However, usually when I do a challenge of that sort, I like doing like all main quests or all dungeons sort of thing. You know, like make the most of the challenge instead of just rush endgame. I feel like that's just a better way of doing challenges. Or at least like pushing it as far as you can. Like people have beaten Elden Ring pacifist before. When I was doing my playthrough, I was like, all right, I'm not going to use the cheese tactics, and I'm going to try and beat every single boss pacifist. I ended up dropping the playthrough because I got kind of bored, and it's just time consuming for a second playthrough, and kind of wanted to play other things. But like I was trying to push what was possible. Read you a little more. That's fine. That's close enough. Maybe not this weapon. Let's just massacre it. Not as much of a massacre as I thought. Why am I climbing on top of it? Guess we put it on this. Certain Earth quests needing items from menus. Yeah, and that's the thing. It'd have to be... It's tough figuring out which quests you'd even be able to do. Like, even progressing the main quest from Lookout Landing requires the camera. It's like, well, you can't do that. So that quest is out of the picture. Trying to think of the Gerudo quest. I don't think you're ever required. I don't think you're ever required to... Oh. Do you need to ascend? I think you need to ascend for the Gerudo quest line. And Ultra Hand may need to be needed. That's also true. You would need either or. You could carry around a torch. which would also mean that you would need to either pick up a torch as your very first weapon or break everything until you get to a torch that you picked up. But you could carry around a torch for warmth. Just the Korok shrines left to finish all ground shrines. Dang. Don't tell me how many, because I heard there's more, but I don't know a number. So please do not say how many. But that's also crazy. 497. Dang. Can't believe he done spoiled it. 497 shrines. There you have it, everybody. Crazy. They went the Mario Odyssey route with it. Just throw shrines everywhere. 6 Korok seeds in the game? Yeah. I think I've got 1 or 2 of them. I can, you know, pretty scarce. Where am I going? What color am I going towards? Green? And where is this dark route that I'm going towards? Because I'm not seeing it. Is there water? Oh, it's the Kakariko one. I'm like right there. Oh, it'd be isolated, would it? There's another flux construct over there. Have I done that one? I mean, it's in the dark, so I obviously haven't. Where's the one I just did? Here? Probably? "70 types of dragon." Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Not easy to, like, render that many. You know, giant things. 12 Zeldas. Not too false on that one. You joke, but can these things stop being like so fast? "42 unique power-ups." Crazy. How did they think they were gonna get away with balancing that? I'm glad Richu took aggro there. Let's go to this thing. Where is it? Red. What? Did I just hit something? It's kind of like bumped to the side a little. Alright, we're going for, we gotta lower down. Okay, we recovered. I've got space to do that one more time. Look at that. Can the other version do that? Can the content creator version do that? So-called better variant than me. I don't believe it. and I'm in hyper mode. You know what? Let's teach this thing a lesson. All right. Didn't know they have a stomping attack. Alright, let's put that weapon away. We don't want to actually use it. Not much I can really merge. However, I guess I've already started using this, but we might as well merge something better onto it. Highly doubt merging that onto a shield will do anything. Alright, now we're headed towards green. That's a branch. I should probably turn. Have I tried sticking things on the Master Sword? Yes. I'm going right into that. Okay. Right now I've got... That could be a spoiler. So I won't actually read it out loud. I've got something very good on it. A 40 power of merge. Oh! Okay. We're good. I thought I had room for that. Alright, Yeek Clan. Where's the light room? There it is. Yeah, I usually always put something on the Master Sword just for the extra strength. Perfect landing. It's hard to remember sometimes if you like if it just restored and you're like, ooh, I can use the Master Sword again. And you just don't think to put something on it right away. So you do some slashes and then you're like, oh wait, I could be getting more damage out of this. Ooh, what a bounce. Let me grab that. Let's just check to see if there's anything up here. Let's just like put this in the middle for now, so don't forget about it, or that it doesn't despawn randomly. It's a large shard? Charge, not shard. Strange rock piles. Weapon floats at the top of each one. Rock piles with a weapon at the top of each one. What are they talking about? Oh, the soldier things with the restored weapons. I was so confused. Oh, was it bad in the previous game? Yeah, it was pretty bad. I just don't get it. Hello, fellow researcher.
Hey!
Hey, who do you think you're talking to? Where's my no pants one? And this.
Oh? Oh.
Why are you so persistent? Attack me! No clue. Everyone, wait, you've got a team? Oh no. Okay. Go up, go up. I meant to use this. That hit was worth it. Dang. I don't think I ever had, like, that big of a drop. Right, let me put some pants back on. Shirt. Let's do... Those boots look horrible with that. Honestly, how did this look? That doesn't look half bad. Alright, this thing's gonna teach me an abomination just as bad as you clan builds. I'd imagine it's definitely worse on a Switch Lite. Launch pad. Huh? It's just like wood connected to a spring? It didn't even work. So it's just... do it like this. Like... I guess. I don't know why you... I would just launch myself straight up instead. No need to bring... I don't get the joke. What do Huey, Dewey, and Louie have to do with launch pads? Alright, so now I need to go around. Let's do this. Let's go to red, and then from red to yellow. Is that a Lino? No, that's Stone Talus. Wow, this area has a really high ceiling. Or I guess everything's just low. Yeah, I think another point towards my build of this vehicle being better is the sustainability. The other one won't have this issue of like going too high, right? But if you ever find yourself too high, you can sustain this. That other one, I don't think can really sustain that well. I can't see there being a variant of being able to just like hop off, grab on. You can't balance it. You can't go backwards, so you can't like balance that way to counterbalance it. When you let go and re-grab, you're going to be slanted. Either you're going to be slanted or you're going to need to start pulling backwards immediately, and that could make you spin out. And if you start going up, so the weird thing about if you start going up, then you can't like go and re-grab going up because your steering stick is going to be slanted and it won't have you flat on there. I don't know, man. We got a thing down there, but we've also got something over here. Blocked by a river. To actually have to go like around. I don't know. My version just seems to have a lot of upsides that the other version doesn't go for because they're just like, okay, speed's the only thing that actually matters. Which I get it. I get it. That's a very fair argument. However, what if there was more to the world than speed? Shoot, I can't let him close to this thing. He can just destroy it. Is 65 my best? Oh, wait, he's armored. Stick with that. Yeah, go with this. Wait, I can't... I can Flurry Rush, and this will be better for that. Yeah, plus it's improved. I like how I say I'll flurry rush and then decide I'll just parry everything. Alright, that's good. Let's switch to this. We can get a combo off. Alright, we can't let him close to that. No! Why'd he... that sucks. And now we've got these other enemies here. Explosion? Okay, he stopped him. Shoot, he really wants to kill Riju. Alright, here we go. Switch to this because it won't get durability damage. Switch back. That's unfortunate. Nice. Waited long enough for Riju to get in the hit. Unfortunate. Well, that sucked. He already destroyed my vehicle, so there's no huge loss. He can't destroy... Wait, why wouldn't he be able to destroy that? That worked a lot better than I assumed it would. What is my strongest? I think this is just my strongest even outside of Desperate Strength. Oh wait. No, the Master Sword is. Duh. Yeah, that's really weird. Alright, that's fine. Really? There's another? I was too scared to like stay in front of him. You know what? That's fine. Wait, no, it's not. I don't have any other non-rocket shields. All right. I hate to do this. Sand Seal Statue Shield. It's time. It's your turn. I didn't let me pull out the bow. It's kind of unfortunate. Fireball? Yeah. Only a double. That's kind of odd. No, he's not going for me. So maybe that's why. He even like hopped up on the rock. Alright, this should kill. Even if it's the 3-hit. I think it's the 3-hit because it's so soon after the 5. Yeah, nice. That's true. They do kind of seem a bit out of place in that regard. Let's get rid of this junk, actually, because that kind of sucks. And let's just do that. And that's about the same damage, however, that's better, because I say so. Well, let's just take the horse. Horses are so, or stall horses, so loyal. Done with ground and abyss. Have to do the sky. Unfortunately, there's not as much in the sky. However, main quests do exist. This is fine. We're good, right? I should heal. Actually, healing won't do anything in this situation. Were there 2 steering sticks? No, it just never found it. Really? There we go. I need to keep moving. Get out of here. Still not sure why that kills them, but you know what? I don't need to know. Going to red, right? Ooh. I'm not worried about him. Coliseum, that's what I like to see. Let's land here. So I can light this up. Is there... No. The answer is no. Let's drop this bad boy in there. Try and see if I can light this place up a bit.
Yeah.
We're looking at Lizalfoses. I'm definitely dying in this, so that machine doesn't matter. There's no way I live this in one shot. I can live the Lionel one in one shot. I'm not living this one. Though that I did have a fairy, so like, you know, that definitely helped. Look at this. This is cheating. This is cheating. Attack me. Like, do a real attack. Read you? Why would you do that? That's not cool. I had a plan. Nice. Speaking of plans. They've got my counter. I only have one move. What are DK bows? Which ones are DK? Oh, not duplex. Demon King. Oh yeah, you're doing a health build. Gross. Be a real man and only use only use savage Lioneldos. I completely forgot those existed because they don't exist in my playthrough. I think they do like 12 for me. Oh! Why was that arrow so delayed? Oh, he's going for someone else's weapon? Yeah. And someone else's shield. Ooh, even went for a tongue attack. Alright. Here's the real danger. Never mind. Oh, this one's a silver, so this could actually be dangerous. Keep this one by the electric guy. Or by anybody? Everyone wants this one dead. Try and get the others to use their specials. Try and stay in range so this guy can't use his specials. Or really use anything. Double your health total? Okay, so mine was at 8. Even worse. Alright. Silver is probably going to be one more after this. Riju is doing real good on this. Pulling the aggro like a champ. First try. First try. First try, quarter of a heart. Didn't take a single hit. Pretty good. I'm taking that boomerang. I'm taking that boomerang. So that means my machine is still here. Let me just make sure this one doesn't have like a special bonus. No, I want that first one. Alright, what do we have? It's just the fire horn. I should probably go and pick that up. Ravio's hood. Getting our Link Between Worlds rep. Wearing it increases your sideways climbing speed. That's a neat way of implementing it. Can I just say I hated Ravio? Not a fan of the character until, like, the end. They redeemed him, but I don't know, man. Was this in Breath of the Wild? I mean, obviously DLC. I guess I just never grabbed it. So what's new? What like throwback things are new in this? Link's Awakening stuff wasn't in there. I don't was Twilight Princess set in there? I don't think like the classic Link outfits were in Breath of the Wild. Fierce Deity wasn't. Dark Link was. Sheik is new for sure. Majora's Mask, was that in there? Fierce Deity was. Really, this the mask for the Link's Awakening was? Midna's helmet definitely new. And then all of these are Yiga Clan new. Majora's Mask. Really, I didn't know Midna's helmet was. Ancient proficiency. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess you could get them through Amiibo. Huh. There's more than I thought in Breath of the Wild's extra ones. Okay, there is a wall here. I need to light this place up. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I still think it's neat. Now, Sheik's mask? Was that in Breath of the Wild? That feels new to me. But I guess a lot of things feel new to me. It was. Wow. I guess I just never really did the EX quests. Alright, so how... Okay, well I'm in the river area. So that's good. I'm like where I wanted to be. Just need to find a deep route, a light route. What is a deep route? Is that Ori? That might be Ori in the Blind Forest. That deep roots are from. There's like a deep root depths or something. Right? That's Ori? I think that is. I don't think that's not Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1 would have been... Alright, I'm Googling it. It's not Dark Souls 1, if it is Deep Root Depths. Elden Ring. That's why it was fresh in my head. That's right. No, that's Blighttown. Or the Great Hollow, if you're speaking specifically the tree part of it. I would imagine it's that way. Let's turn this around. There it is. Do I have anything that'll burn? I don't think so. Maybe my bow? No. Well, didn't mean to do that. Alright, well. The machine's gone. Yeah, let's use this to break these. Are you kidding me? Bone isn't strong enough? Oh, wait. Okay. Just need... Well, if it's a heavy weapon and needs 2 hits, that's probably not worth it. Surprised this hasn't started burning me yet. Alright, there's the rest of that. Alright, let's see. We've got a mine there. We've got something that's probably a mine there. And usually these lava places have a chest. And by usually, I mean I've seen 2 others and both of them did, so I assume all of them do. Shoot, that deals damage a lot faster than I thought it would. Fine, I'll drink one of my... I'll drink my last one. Oh, I need to eat apples again. I probably could have just ate through that. Yeah, considering now I've got 16 minutes of flameproof, and I'm out of the fire already. Who needs a 58 Demon King bow when you could have a 5 times 32? Am I right? Time bombs are? See, like normal bomb flowers are too, but they throw everything all around with the explosion, where Riju's explosion seems to keep everything still. and I don't really know why that's the case. I think if you use her on like these smaller ones, it will also throw them around, which is why I prefer just hitting the smaller ones. Things seem to just kind of fall in place. It's still using a resource that's not renewable. I guess, like, no, that would, yeah, that'd be a non-renewable. Well, now that you think about it, that technically would be a renewable resource since blood moons exist. And as long as blood moons exist, any monster part is a renewable resource in this world. Yeah, and Reader, like, consistently needs 2 hits for the mining, or for those big deposits. Alright, what's over by yellow? It is another mine. Did I find the chest there? It was just a 20. I did find the chest. How is it already past 11? Alright, I'm gonna clean up this mine area and then probably end. It's so easy to lose time in this game. I think I went into the overworld once today. I kind of wish that explosion hurt you, so that you needed the thunder helmet to actually not to actually like be this close to the explosion. I think that'd be funny. I'm sure most people would just get annoyed by it. Alright, before, hold on, I can clear that. Got all of those. Did the Coliseum. Does that make all 6, actually? 1, 2, 3. Where is it? 3, 4, 5. And there's one in Hebrew, right? No, it's not one. Maybe this, or did I, wait, did I count that one? Oh, that's the Lost Woods one. Maybe that counts as the Hebrew one? I think I've got one more. And it's probably down here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one down here? I'm going crazy. 1, 2, 3 in the southern region. Oh, the Gerudo one is down here. So we have Gerudo, Necluda. We've got Hyrule. We've got Lost Woods, which could be considered a Kala, but I don't know if that's going to be accurate to how it'll be. I counted 5 earlier, didn't I? Oh, yeah, eventide. So 5. So the 6th is probably up here somewhere. Probably like a Death Mountain, Akala region one. So I found everything here. Let me buy out all the places I can. I hate warping to this one. Why do I keep doing that? No, this is the one I hate warping to. Can I just avoid both of them? And then I'll end with upgrading the battery, too. So I can get 7? Have enough. Oh, I could get 9. I'll be able to get 10. Which is crazy. That means I'll actually only be... like 4 charges away from full? That's crazy. Those mine areas really add up. I assume 2 full bars is like all they go up to. I'd be very surprised if a third is gonna start after that. Um, but that's gonna be it for me. $61. Let's warp to the tower. Let's see those numbers. 101 shrines, 90 light roots, 248 Koroks. Catching up on the light roots. We're almost matching it, and I'll probably get all the light roots before I get all shrines, because I'm definitely probably just going to continue my trend of doing all the depths. As much as I can, at least. And then even from there, like, I know there's a shrine missing here. Yeah, I've got a shrine here I can find. There's a couple shrines, you know, one here-ish. One here. So, there's some shrines that I don't have that I know of their location. Not sure for sky shrines. I don't know how that works, actually. Are these also... No. Okay, so sky shrines, it doesn't matter. It's just the land ones. What about the towers? So, like, this tower is Gliakden. This tower is nothing. So towers really don't play any role in the depths. Do towers play any role in the sky? No. Alright. Interesting. Regardless, I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow, and if I am back, it'll probably be later than usual. I know, like, previous Wednesdays I would stream and then uh, just like mute and watch a show with my friends and then like go back in. But I'll probably not stream until after watching their show. So it'll start probably close to the time this one started, around like 8 p.m. Central Time. Um, but yeah, appreciate everyone watching, and hope you all have a good night and or day. Later.